Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill. Today on Suncoast FYI, joining me will be David Rovine from the Orioles Sarasota, a look at this year's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, plus Kim Bailey and Jessica Rydard from Feed Our Empty Little Tummies. The Baltimore Orioles are not just here for spring training, as the Gulf Coast League is now in full swing, and Vice President of the Orioles Sarasota, David Rovine, is here to tell us about it. Well, this is exciting because I've always thought, once spring training is over, but that's not the case.
Well, most people think that, and I'm here to eliminate that rumor because we have activity at the stadium on a year-round basis. Part of Sarasota 365 is the Orioles' commitment to Sarasota on a year-round basis. All of the people that work at the stadium are Oriole employees, and so spring training certainly is very big. It's well promoted. We do over 120,000 people, but we do lots and lots of other activities and lots of baseball, certainly. And so this year we wanted to open up Gulf Coast League baseball, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Okay,
well then tell us, how does that fit in with the major league spring training?
Well, Gulf Coast League baseball is minor league baseball, and minor league baseball is really created so that young players have kind of a ladder, a stepping stone to develop their skills and abilities. And this is really young kids fresh out of high school, fresh out of college that are recently signed with the Orioles, and it's their first major league experience.
Oh my goodness, so they've signed with the Orioles?
They have signed with the Orioles. They are under contract. They are professional players now. And this gives our coaches a chance to see them in an environment where they're all playing together against each other. And from there, they will proceed to different levels of minor league baseball. There's A baseball, AA, AAA. So this would be lower A baseball. But some of the people that have played in Gulf Coast League baseball, the Orioles have superstars on their team, Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope, all started at Gulf Coast League baseball.
Really?
So it is in fact all over the league, many superstars started at this level.
Wow. So how many players do you actually have under contract that play in these games? Well,
of course, 9 players play at a particular time, but we have probably 50 or 60 players that are down here now. They rotate. They want to make sure they're seeing all the young players so they can assess where they are, where they need to go, and that's really what it's all about. It's really a 10-week season. They'll play 3 home games a week and 3 travel games, because don't forget, we play the Boston Red Sox have a Gulf Coast League team, the Yankees do, the Minnesota Twins. So, and what's really charming is, as I mentioned, they're young fellas, and their parents will often fly down because maybe they were signed from Oklahoma or somewhere else in the country, and they want to come to Sarasota and watch their kids play professional baseball.
That's awesome. Now, the cost of the games?
Well, that's the best part. Cost of the games is absolutely free of charge.
I knew you were going to say that. I like it.
And parking is free. We'll play in the stadium this year, and that's the first time we'll play in the stadium. So every game will be in the stadium. Just pull up on the east lot, which is at 12th and Tuttle. Walk in, and it's going to be great because people always ask, when is it? Always recommend that they go to our website, orioles.com/Sarasota, because the schedule changes. These games start at 10 in the morning. Some start at noon. It's very different than regular.
Evening games?
No evening games. So that's why they start early, because as you know, the Florida sun in July and August gets pretty toasty. But there's plenty of shade. We have 7,500 seats, so you can pick the seat of your choice, the location.
And all the concessions are open?
Concessions are open. How can you go to a game without without a hot dog. So we must have hot dogs.
All right. And there's other things going on while the games are taking place.
Well, and that's what we thought. You know, we wanted to make this different. Obviously, you can watch 9 innings, but you really may not know the players. You probably won't know the players, but we'll have scorecards, so you'll know their names. But we wanted to have activities that talk to a wide range of Sarasota folks, so that we'll have Wellness Week. We're going to have a doggy festival where we'll have a dog show and people that craft these very special food bowls for dogs and water bowls, and so we're going to really have a great time. Every Saturday is going to be Family Day, and so children 12 and under, accompanied by a parent, of course, we're going to have a grab bag of Oriole premium items, and they can reach right in and grab any premium item they want.
I love it.
Free of charge. We want to make this a very positive experience, a family experience, and an experience really for everybody. We'll do a Veterans Week, we'll do Wellness Week, as I mentioned, and really just some fun activities.
Okay, so when will this be starting, David? And when
well,
will it
we've already
through?
started. It started on June 19th.
Okay.
So we're kind of in the beginning of the season, still plenty of games left, all through July and August, right through the middle of August we'll have games. And again, the schedule is all over the place in that it's, you know, every week. So just go to the website, Orioles.com/Sarasota, and you'll see what special events take place and when the games are taking place.
Anything else you'd like to close with that our viewers should know?
Well, I think I would hope by this time, we're now here in our 9th year, the folks in Sarasota know the Orioles are committed to the community, both as a good business partner and a good neighbor, and we give back to the. Well, thank you. Very kind of you, Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Next on Suncoast FYI, we take a look at this year's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. Welcome back. The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival is already underway, but what you may not know is who the races help. I'm joined now by Festival Director Lucy Nicandri and Azam Ragunwala, CEO of Powerboat P1. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, that was good.
All right. We have a little story about that. If we have time, we'll share it with our viewers. Yes. So the festival began on June 23rd, but there's a lot more coming up. Lucy, what's next?
Oh, Nancy, we had a great week of events, but tonight we've got Boats by the Bay party in the pits from 6 to 11 in the Van Wezel parking lot. We want families to come down. We're going to have live music going on under a big tent. You'll get to see all the boats on display. The teams will be there signing autographs. It's free admission, so come on down to the Van Wezel tonight and make sure you meet the team so you know who you're going to root for during the races.
We know who we're going to root for.
On Saturday and Sunday. And then after that, we've got a fan fest going on all day Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 6, same location, Van Wezel parking lot. You can see the boats go in and out of the water, hear live music, vendors will be on display. The great thing is if you don't want to fight the traffic out on the beach, we're going to have a live stream of the race under the big tent at the Van Wezel parking lot, so come on down.
Okay, all right, sounds like a plan. Yeah. Now, last year, Lucy, this event generated over $36 million, and it's known as the Little Indy 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was $36 million in economic impact and roughly a little over $100,000 for the charity. The reason a lot of the racers refer to it as the Indy 500 of racing is you don't just have the racing component, but you've got a whole week's worth of events that the community can get excited about and participate in, and it all culminates with the boat races that are coming up this weekend.
And the kids, I mean, my gosh, the kids must love meeting you.
They love it, yeah.
Right?
No, they really get integrated.
And see the boats.
Exactly. They love the boats. They love getting integrated with the fan fest, especially on the Friday. And then on the Friday, there's actually a meet and greet with all the kids as well. So they get to sign autographs, and the racers really enjoy, you know, interacting with the children, for sure.
Because that's it. It's all about a show, and you know, how much fun is it to be part of it, you know? So is this something new that you've added, the Share the Beach campaign? Is that?
No, so we've done it for the last couple of years. It's actually a partnership between Powerboat P1 and the charity. And basically it's to promote environmental awareness, since obviously we race on the water. So we want to make sure that people are aware of the body that we're racing on and really inform them of all the marine wildlife, You know, you have a lot of different types of birds on the beach.
Sure.
So we're quite integral in promoting awareness of that so we can keep our race course alive, essentially.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you take care of the environment?
So we actually run a marine mammal observation program while we are racing. So we have volunteers on the race course looking for the different marine wildlife. On top of that, it's all about the environmental awareness. And, you know, we get involved in beach cleanups. You know, we work with Lucy and her team and with the city from months before the event as well, asking, okay, which part of the beach, is there some nesting there? Okay, then we'll stay away from that area in terms of the spectators. So we do a lot with the city and with the charity, you know, hand in hand to be able to circumvent some of these issues.
That's important because it is. I mean, all of the impact that it makes on those little critters and everything that you can do to help, that's very much appreciated. So the races have become nationally known, right? And they're going to be nationally televised. Can you speak to that a little bit more?
Yes, so something new for this year is that we're actually going to be on CBS Sports, which is a national television show.
Awesome.
And it's an hour special on the bigger boats. So we have 3 types of series. We have the bigger offshore boats, we have the P1 Superstock, and we have the P1 Aquacross.
Okay, and they're going to be focused on yours, of course.
So yeah,
I want to give you all the plugs.
all the credit comes out. Yeah, exactly. So the bigger boats, like I said, 65 million homes, the reach of that channel is nationally. But then on top of that, we have an international distribution which goes to over 153 countries around the world as well. So this is not just a, you know, local Sarasota and Florida event. It's really a national and international event too. And you have racers coming from all over the world as well.
How many boats do you have racing this year?
So we expect to have over 40 boats racing, and then over 30 aquacross, personal watercraft, jet skis, sea-doos, wave runners as well.
Okay, all right. And we're hoping we'll get Justin on the weather here, make sure that he has some good weather in store for us,
Justin.
right? Yes,
yeah,
come on,
we
Justin.
need some good weather. Yeah.
So Lucy, the Suncoast Charities, I mean, this has been so close to your heart for so many years. Tell us what you do, what the sponsors do, how can we help?
Well, I'd encourage anyone, it's never too late to check out our website, suncoastcharitiesforchildren.org. You can make a donation online to support the charity, but this event in particular was actually started to help those with special needs. That's how this race got started in 1985. It was a group of businessmen from the area. They wanted to do a special event, a sporting event. One happened to be a boat racer, and they said, let's start with a boat race, and it's now grown into a festival. But the monies that are raised every year go in a grant that's given to the foundation, Suncoast Foundation, and that impacts 5 local nonprofits serving special needs clients of all ages. So we're happy to be able to facilitate that. I encourage anybody coming out to the festival or the race, when you buy a t-shirt, when you buy a beverage from the bar down at the pits, you're helping towards that profit going to the charity. So come on out and support it and have a great time at the same time.
Okay, thank you. And quickly, I have to ask you about your last name.
So Rangoon Vala, it means from Rangoon, which is in Burma. It's now called Yangon. And basically my great-great-grandfather actually went from there to Pakistan, and basically because of that he was called from the guy from Rangoon, which is Rangoon Vala.
I love it.
I love it. There you
Guy
go.
from Rangoon.
Exactly.
Movie,
It's a good translation.
It could be a good movie. Well, thank you both for being here. Best of luck in the race.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thanks, Lucy. Just ahead, we take a look at how a local organization is helping Suncoast children never go hungry. That's next on Suncoast FYI. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. Felt is Manatee County's original backpack program to feed our homeless children on weekends. I'm joined now by Executive Director Kim Bailey and Volunteer Coordinator Jessica Ryder. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who is or what is Feed? Let's see. Feeding Empty Little Tummies.
Very good.
Felt. Yes. And what is your mission?
We are a local charity started in 2010 by our foundress, Jane Evers. She read an article about another school in another district that a school nurse had a lot of children coming in not feeling well. Upon further research, she realized they were hungry.
And this is while school was going on?
This was while school was going on.
Okay.
Now, we are fortunate in Manatee County, our students receive free breakfast and free lunch, but that when they leave on Friday afternoon, they go 63 hours without nutrition. So where we come on board, Feeding Empty Little Tummies fills backpacks with 6 meals over the weekend, 3 for Saturday, 3 for Sunday, with a couple extra snacks so that they are they have the nourishment that they need to start school on Monday morning.
Okay, where do you get all of the food, Jessica?
Our food is actually purchased through funds that are donated and different grants that we have through Manatee County and some other sources. Okay. And we have a warehouse manager that is very meticulous with our ordering. He makes sure that they have a balanced meals throughout the weekend, a little bit of everything. And the rest of our food is supplied through donations and monetary as well as food donations. So several schools and businesses will do food drives. Some churches will do food drives for us as well, and so we kind of just
throughout the year,
and then we just kind of fill the gaps with our orders.
Okay, so do you feed kindergarten through what grade?
We actually will supply filled backpacks from kindergarten through the senior year of high school. Right now, we're servicing about 625 students in Manatee County. We have some gaps due to language differences or people just not accepting the program. And a lot of children don't want people to know that they're hungry and homeless, so they might not take the program. So educating our families is a very key issue that we're dealing with now.
That's a very good point that you bring up. How do you make it kind of anonymous so that the children don't feel stigmatized? I mean, how do you go about getting them the food for the weekends that they need, Kim?
Well, we're very mindful of protecting the privacy of the families and the students. So through Project Heart, they vet the children. They know who is in need in our community. The schools then send Jessica an email stating how many bags that they need, and we drop them off. We actually do not know the children that we feed. We just find out that there's a hungry child, and we make sure that food is delivered to the school.
Okay, and how many children are you feeding right now?
We're currently feeding about 620, 625, but we got updated numbers this week that there's 2,020 students registered within Project Heart that are needy and could receive these bags. Something else that we started doing this year, when the kids receive their first bag, it does come in a backpack. And so we start the school year off for them. They have a backpack to use, whether it's to keep their things in or to use at school. And then the following weeks, we pack all of the food in plastic grocery bags and we tie them. So that way usually whoever the liaison is, it's usually like a guidance counselor. And they have the bags up in their office. They'll call the kids up. They slip them in their backpacks. No one has to even know that they have them.
Wonderful.
And so we've tried our best to just kind of disguise it or just keep it so you can't see it, and we're very careful about tying up the bags so that the kids can't even see in them. And we get reports that they're opening them on the buses and trading foods and stuff like that, but it's exciting because you know that what we're giving them is good, and you know that what they're receiving is something that they like and they enjoy, and then they can trade it and get what they really like.
Now, how do you decide what goes into the backpacks?
Our warehouse manager actually goes through and pulls together a menu to make sure that they're meeting all the dietary needs that they need to thrive. And he changes the menu. We used to hand out the same exact items, but as each year has gone by, we modify what we do to better support the children with their nutritional needs. So he changes up the menu, but he makes sure that they're getting the caloric intake that they need. And we work with the Manatee County dietitians to make sure that we're meeting those needs.
Now, I know that with summer coming, this is going to be not just a weekend problem. Do you feed them year-round? Do you just feed them on weekends when school is out? How does that all work?
Well, due to the Privacy Act, with us not knowing the children that we feed, we can't reach out to these families during the summer. There are other food programs throughout the community, and we make sure that we add these flyers into all of the backpacks going to the children.
Is that what you're holding?
No, this is just our Feeding Empty Little Tummies brochure, but we hand them a flyer in English and in Spanish that lists all the locations where they can get food throughout the summer.
Awesome. We can help.
And we're always accepting. We love our volunteers. We have about 40 strong right now, 40 to 50 strong. They come in in every Friday morning, pack the backpacks and deliver them within an hour.
Wonderful. So, website, Facebook?
Absolutely.
We're looking on both?
Yes. So we're Feeding Empty Little Tummies on Facebook, and you'll see our logo. It's little kids with a backpack.
Okay.
And then our website is feltinc.org.
Wonderful.
And then the schools also that are looking, we try to reach out to all the schools at the beginning of the school year, but they can actually reach us through the website as well if they're not receiving our program yet, but they have students that would like to.
Or anybody that would like to be on the program, too.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Great. Well, thank you, ladies, for all of your
Thank
work.
you.
Thank you for having
Taking
us.
care of our little ones.
Yep.
The weekend is almost here. If you're looking for something to do, we have a few suggestions we'll show you when we come back. Coming up this weekend on the Suncoast, Florida Studio Theater's summer season continues with the musical comedy Murder for Two, with 2 showings this Saturday at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. And the Ringling Museum presents an hour of family fun with this year's Summer Circus Spectacular at the historic Oslo Theater, Saturday at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. If you would like to promote your community event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call us at 941-361-4333. To view previous episodes, go to snntv.com under Programming. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.